father never talked about pain. He wore it like work clothes. And when he handed me life, he handed me that silence too. He was the kind of man who swallowed weather, who stood straight even when breaking apart. A man who treated tenderness like weakness and locked every feeling behind his heart. I used to think he felt nothing, 'cause his face rarely changed at all. But now I know some people become so wounded, their emotions stop making sound when they fall. He'd come home smelling like exhaustion, sit quiet beneath the kitchen light, like life had been slowly draining him, one invisible drop each night. And Lord, children don't inherit pain through words, they inherit it through atmosphere. I carried my father's silence like it was inherited blood, learned how to bury suffering deeply, learned how to function without love. Now every emotion feels distant, like something trapped beneath the skin. And every time I try to speak honestly, his quiet rises up again. He never taught me how to heal, only how to endure and survive, how to keep showing up exhausted, how to stay emotionally alive enough to provide. So I became just like him slowly, without even noticing the change. Started answering pain with numbness, started confusing restraint with strength. Women said I felt unreachable, friends said I looked lost in thought, but they never knew I came from generations where vulnerability was something nobody taught. 'Cause some families don't pass down money, they pass down unfinished sorrow. Silence through every year and every room, like an old invisible inheritance, turning tenderness into gloom. Now these blues sound older than memory, like grief traveling through bloodlines slow, like broken men teaching broken boys the only emotional language they know. Maybe trauma survives through imitation, not because fathers want to hurt their sons, but because wounded people can only teach the survival methods that kept them alive. So silence becomes tradition, distance becomes masculinity, emotional starvation becomes normal. And generation after generation, men sit in dark rooms with guitars and whiskey, trying to translate feelings their fathers never had words for. Now when I stare into old mirrors, I traces of him in me. The tired eyes, the guarded posture, the way sadness hides behind dignity. And sometimes that realization crushes me like a train rolling through my chest. 'Cause I spent my whole life trying not to become him, only to inherit his unrest. Still tonight this old guitar trembles like it's trying to break the chain. Every note sounding like generations, finally crying through one man's pain. Yeah, I carried my father's silence, and Lord, it nearly buried me alive. 'Cause a heart taught never to speak its suffering eventually forgets how to survive. Still I hear him in my breathing, in the spaces between what I say. A ghost made out of unspoken sorrow, living quietly in my veins. And maybe the saddest thing about inheritance ain't the pain we receive, it's how long we mistake it for who we are. My father never told me he was hurting, and now sometimes I wonder if his father ever told him. I didn't choose this way, but somehow it knew my name. I woke up carrying something old, not a story I was ever told. No memory clear, no scene defined, just a certain shape inside my mind. It don't belong to what I've done, feels older than what I've become, like echoes pass through quiet blood from somewhere I never stood. No voice to trace, no face to see, still it lives somewhere in me. I inherited what I can't explain, a quiet, unlocated pain, no origin I can recall. Still it rises when I fall. It ain't a choice, it ain't a flaw, just something past without a law. And every step I try to claim feels shaped by what never had a name. There were silences before my own, in rooms I've never even known, words unspoken, truths concealed, wounds that time refused to heal. They settled deep, they learned to stay, then found their quiet, hidden way into the things I hesitate, into the parts I overstate. And I call it mine, 'cause I don't know how far back this thing can go. I inherited what I can't explain, a weight that don't align with pain, no single moment I can name it the same? What if we're more than what we choose? More than the paths we win or lose? What if we live what others left? Unfinished thoughts, unspoken death. And if I stop and trace it through, will I find me or someone I never knew? A borrowed grief, a second breath, living on past someone else's death. Now I walk softer than before, like I might open up a door to something buried, something still, something deeper than my will. And I don't fight it like I used to, don't try to break what I passed through, 'cause maybe knowing isn't release, just a quieter kind of peace. I inherited what I can't undo, not fully theirs, not fully true, but something in between the lines of all the lost and hidden signs. And if I carry it, I see it doesn't have to carry me. Maybe I end what I can't name by standing still inside the pain. Yeah, not everything begins with you, but something can end with you. You think you're losing something, but what if it was never there? You speak of self like it's a place, like something fixed you can't embrace. But I have watched you from beneath, where nothing forms and nothing breathes. You build your sense from passing frames, from borrowed thoughts and shifting names. But strip it down, remove the thread, there's less than what you thought you had. Not broken down, not torn apart, just never whole from the start. I was never there to begin with, no solid ground beneath this myth. You call it me, you call it mine, echoes dressed in borrowed time. No call to lose, no truth to say, just patterns drifting softly gray. And what you fear is falling through, is seeing there was never you. Like it stays, like something constant through your days. but meaning bends where comfort lies, a quiet shield against the wire. You fear the space I represent, not 'cause it's dark, but 'cause it's bent beyond your need for shape and form, beyond your need to feel the norm. And every answer that you keep is something built to hide the deed. I was never there to begin with, no hidden truth, no deeper myth. You search for depth, for something real, but I'm the absence you can't feel. What if the search is all there is? No final state, no lasting is. What if the self you'll try to find is just a habit of the mind? And if you stop and truly see, not who you were, but what can't be, would you collapse or finally rest, and knowing there was nothing left? Now you stand on thinning ground, where all your edges blur around, not lost, not found, not even torn, just less convinced you were ever born. And I don't take, I don't erase, I never moved, I held no place. You simply came to sense too late the shape of your imagined state. I was never there, and neither were you. Not in the way you thought was true, just passing forms in borrowed sight, fading slow into the night. No tragedy, no grand release, just quiet, unresisting peace in what you called your deepest view. Was nothing looking back at you. Yeah, not everything ends. Some things were never there. Don't look for me in loud places. I don't shout, I wait. I was there before you chose your name, before you learned to soften blame. I didn't hide, I never moved. You just believed what felt more smooth. I stood intact in naked form, while you built shelter from the storm. Not made of lies, not fully false, just gentle shifts that masked the cost. You didn't run, you rearranged what I was into something strange. I am the truth you avoid each day. Not far, not lost, just pushed away. You shake me down to something small, so I don't break you when I call. I don't accuse, I don't demand. I simply am where you don't stand. And every step you take from me becomes the man you'll never be. You learn my outline, not my core, a safer version to explore. You kept enough to feel you're right, but not enough to face the light. I watched you speak in borrowed tone, defending things you've never known. Not out of malice, not from hate, because I came a little late. And by the time you felt my weight, you'd grown too used to hesitate. I am the truth you almost see, in fractured doubt and subtle plea. I touch your thoughts then slip away, 'cause you don't let me fully stay. What is a life that edits me, that trims away what it can't see? Am I too sharp or just too clear for hearts that bend to what they fear? And if you live me full and whole, would it restore you or take control? Would you be stronger or undone by everything you've tried to show? I don't insist. I've learned to live in what you missed. In every pause, in every doubt, I am the part you cut me out. And sometimes late when all is still, when noise has lost its careful will, you feel me there without disguise. Not in words, but in your eyes. I am the truth you won't embrace, the quiet line you can't erase. Not enemy, not guiding light, just something waiting to be right. I don't arrive, I never left. I'm in the space of what's unsaid, and when there's nothing left to prove, I'll be the part you can't remove. Yeah, you don't lose the truth, you just learn to live around it. I woke up to a hollow sky, no mercy in the light. Coffee tastes like yesterday, bitter as the night. My shadow on the broken street, it don't walk straight no more. Every step I'm dragging chains I never asked before. Train rolls like a wounded beast, crying through the dawn. Every whistle cuts me deep, saying, boy, you're gone. I try to leave my past behind, buried in the rain. But every mile just circles back and calls me by my name. I got a heart full of thunder, but it don't ever rain. Got a soul full of questions, tied up in chains. If freedom's just a whisper, why I scream in vain. Lord, I'm dancing with my demons on a south side train. She said love's a fragile thing, don't hold it too tight. Now her memory's a ghost that keeps me up at night. I see her in the neon glow, flicker, fade, and die, like a truth you almost touch but never justify. Ain't no preacher gonna save me, ain't no bottle gonna heal. Truth is like a blade you hide, but you still feel. I've been searching for a reason in the cracks of my skin, but the deeper that I dig, the more I find within. I got a heart full of thunder, but it don't ever rain. Got a soul full of questions, tied up in chains. If freedom's just a whisper, why I scream in vain. Lord, I'm dancing with my demons on a south side train. So if you see me in the dark, where the lost ones remain, don't you try to fix my storm. Don't you call my pain. I'm just learning how to breathe in a world gone insane, with a shadow and a rhythm on a south side train. There was a word for it. I had it once, then it left. I used to name what I could feel, wrap it tight, make it seem real. Every ache had something to say. Every night could find its way. But something shifted soft and slow, the kind of change you barely know. Till one day I reached for sound, and nothing answered, nothing found. Not silence loud, not silence deep, just something words could never keep. There's a place where words give up, where meaning cracks and won't hold up. I tried to speak, but it fell through like broken light with nothing true. No language left to frame the pain, no shape to hold, no name to claim. Just something vast I can't translate, and I'm left here to imitate. I said I'm fine like people do, but it don't bend, it don't ring true. It's just a sound that fills a space where something real won't show its face. I tried regret, I tried loss, but both felt smaller than the cost of something I can't bring to fall. A silent, uncontained storm, and every phrase I once believed feels like something half conceived. There's a place where words give up, where truth won't fit in any cup. You pour it out, it spills away, leaves you with less than you can say. What is truth if it can't be told? If every word leaves something cold? Do we feel more than we can be, or less than what we think we see? And if the language fails the mind, what part of us gets left behind? The one that knew, or the one that spoke, or the space between where meaning broke? Now I don't reach for names or lines, I let it sit undefined. Not because I understand, because it won't fit in my hand. And maybe this is what remains, when truth outgrows its spoken changes. Not clarity, not even doubt, just something I can't speak about. They just exist beyond the frame, without a word, without a name. Yeah, I had a word for it once, now I just feel it. State your name or don't. Truth don't need it. I stand where the light don't fully reach, with words that tremble when I speak. Not 'cause I fear what they might find, but 'cause I don't know my own design. I lived a life that looked intact, no shattered proof, no single act. Yet something quiet slipped askew between the things I didn't do. No crime declared, no victim named, no line of law that can be claimed, no evidence you'd recognize, just absence wearing a disguise. A pattern formed in subtle ways through unattended passing days, where choice is small, too slight to see, accumulated silently. I never meant intent is thin, I didn't know. Yet still it's been no verdict falls, no gavel sounds, no chains of place, no truth is bound, but something in the air remains, a quiet form of unnamed blame. I'm not condemned, yet not released, no or declared, yet no true peace. Just standing where the lines are blurred between what is and what we were. I do not shout, I do not chase, I take no form, I hold no face, but I arrive when words are done and linger long when truth won't come. I live between what's said and not, in every doubt, in every thought, and I grow strong where clarity dies, in all the things you justify. Then what am I if nothing's clear? The sum of all you didn't hear. No verdict falls, no gavel sounds, no final line where truth is found, but something deeper holds its place. Oh wait, no judgment can erase. I'm not forgiven, not accused, just slowly, quietly reduced to something harder to define than wrong or right, or yours or mine. What is guilt without a name? What is guilt without a name? What is lost without a flame? What is lost without a flame? If no moment breaks the thread, do we still count what quietly spread? Is a lie the things we choose, or the sum of what we lose? And if no answer ever comes, does silence mean it never was? Now I don't speak the way I did, I leave more truth than I once hid. Not out of strength, not out of grace, because I've seen what time replaces. I don't ask for right door, a little closer than before. No verdict falls, and maybe that's the heaviest truth a man can have. No end, no line, no closing plea, just what remains inside of me. Not innocence, not clear regret, just something I can't label yet. And maybe truth ain't loud or bright, just something that outlives the night. Case remains open. Case remains open.
Yeah, ain't no mercy in quiet nights, only truth. I've been talking to the silence like it understands, like it's holding all the pieces of who I am. But it don't answer, it just breathes real slow, like it's seen too much to let me know. Got a heart that remembers what I tried to forget, every word, every wound, every unpaid debt. And time, yeah, time don't heal a thing. It just teaches you how to carry the sting. And I walk through echoes of what we were. Every shadow speaks, every line still hurts. The silence owes me nothing at all. It won't catch me when I fall. I scream inside, but it don't reply, just lets me drown without asking why. Conversations with the dead, and I keep breathing, but I can't pretend I ain't breaking. I just don't bend. There's a mirror in the night that don't lie to me, shows a man I don't want to see. Lines on my face like a map of regret, places I've been I ain't left yet. I love too hard where I should've let go, held on to fire just to feel the glow. Now all I got is a fading trace of a ghost that wore your face. And your name still falls like a quiet rain on the dry, cracked ground of my pain. The silence owes me nothing at all. It won't catch me when I fall. I scream inside, but it don't reply, just lets me drown without asking why. Turn dust in a trembling hand, seen love collapse where it used to stand. Ain't no lesson, ain't no grand design, just fragile hearts and borrowed time. Tell me, where do the broken go when there's nowhere left they don't already know? Just a room and a fading light and the weight of one more night. Now I move like a man with nothing to prove, but everything left to lose. but it's still kind. 'Cause it strips you down to what is real. Every scar, every doubt you feel, and somewhere deep in the hollow sound, there's a reason you're still around. The silence owes me nothing, I know. Still I got nowhere else to go. So I sit with it, let it cut me clean, till there's nothing left in between. Got a voice that shakes, but it won't lie. Got tears that I don't let dry. If I fall tonight, let it be this way. With the truth I never could say. Yeah, ain't no answers, just the sound of staying alive.
They didn't announce it. No headline, no sound. But something left the world. He wasn't famous, he wasn't known. No marble name carved into stone. No photograph the world would keep. No echo strong, no memory deep. He lived in corners time forgets, between routines and small regrets. A passing face, a quiet tone, the kind of man you don't postpone. No one marked the day he fell. No bell was rung, no tale to tell. And the world kept moving like nothing changed. Same crowded streets, same passing names. But something shifted, something's gone. A silent note withdrawn from song. You won't hear it, you won't see what's missing from reality. But there's a space where he once stood, and it don't sit right like it should. He held a door you never saw, fixed a thing without applause, listened once when no one else did, carried weight no one admits. Not a hero you define, just present at the needed time, in ways too small to be declared, yet deeply, quietly there. And absence don't announce its claim, it only shows when things ain't the same. And the world kept moving like nothing changed. No empty chair, no rearrange. But something subtle lost its place, a human thread time can't replace. No one speaks, no one recalls, but something's off in quiet halls, like a word that's gone unsaid, still shaping everything ahead. Whoa. What measures a life when it's not seen, when it lives between what's loud and clean? Is it the noise or the unseen part,
that keeps a rhythm in the heart. And if a man leaves without a trace, does the world adjust or just erase? Or does it carry deep inside a missing piece it cannot hide? Now strangers pass the place he stood, unaware of what once was good. Not greatness loud, not shining bright, just something steady, holding light. And maybe no one ever will know the weight of what stands still. But in the spaces he once filled, there's something quiet, never healed. Yeah, the world kept moving, it always does. No pause for who he ever was. But something in the unseen frame will never quite align the same. Not every loss is meant to show, not every truth is meant to grow. But there are lives the world runs through, and quietly depends on two. Yeah, you didn't know his name, but something in you was studied by him. Some nights don't end, they just fade into you. I stayed too long where the light ran thin, where love wore out and the dark got in. Every promise cracked like an old glass frame, and nothing I touched ever stayed the same. I got tired eyes that don't close no more, seen too much I can't ignore. And the truth that don't come loud or fast, it settles in and it always lasts. And your shadow still knows my name, walks beside me in the rain. I'm a man who stayed too long in the fire, held on tight to a dying desire. Now the smoke lives deep in my lungs, and the past still speaks in my tongue. Ain't no prayer gonna change what's been, ain't no clean way out of sin. So I sing low where the hurt belongs, just a man who stayed too long. There's a quiet bar where the clock don't move, where broken hearts got nothing to prove. I sat down slow, let the silence talk, watch my life like a chalkboard chalk. Every line just fades away, like it never meant to stay. And the bartender didn't ask my name, he's seen enough, we're all the same. Yeah, regret don't shout, it breathes real slow in the spaces only you can know. I'm a man who stayed too long in the fire, held on tight to a dying desire. begin again. Now the night sits heavy on my chest, like it knows I ain't found no rest. But there's a spark I can't deny. Even broken things don't always die. Maybe I've been, but I don't break clean. Still got blood in between. And if tomorrow never comes around, I'll leave my truth in this worn out sound. I'm a man who stayed too long in the flame, but I ain't too far gone to change. Got a voice carved out of pain, still calling out through the rain. Ain't no glory, ain't no song, just holding on where I went wrong. If I fall, let it be my own, not as a ghost, but a man who's known. Yeah, some of us don't get saved, we just learn how to carry it. Don't ask me what I did. I only know it never lived. There's a weight I carry I can't define. No shape, no face, no clear design. It don't shout, it don't demand, but it lives somewhere between my hands. I tried to bury it in passing years, under work, under smoke, under quiet fears. But time don't cover what it don't erase. It just teaches it how to change its face. And every now and then it breathes again through the cracks of where I've been. I owe something I can't repay. Not in words, not in the way a man confesses what he's done when he don't know who he's become. It ain't a sin I can't confess, just a slow, unending heaviness. And it follows close, it never strays, like a debt that don't need names. I seen kindness I did not return, watched a bridge I refused to burn, left things hanging in midair like I never truly cared. There were moments I could have stayed, could have fixed what I let decay, but I chose the road that asked me less. Now I live inside that yes, and regret ain't loud, it settles deep. In the hours you cannot sleep, not in words, not in the way a man confesses what he's done
when he don't know who he's become. Just a shadow stretched by time. No clear victim, no clear blame. Still it burns without a name. And truth don't knock or ask you in. It waits until you're paper thin. Then it leaves without a sound, till there's nothing left to hold it down. Now I speak softer than before, like words might open up a door to something I've been avoiding long, something quietly wrong. I don't run, I don't deny, I just let it pass me by. 'Cause facing it don't make it less, just makes it harder to suppress. Oh, something I can't replace, and I carry it every day, not as punishment or plea, just the cost of being me. No redemption dressed in light, no clear right, just a man and what remains of a dead without a name. Yeah, some things don't need judgment, they just stay.
Yeah. Ain't no mercy in quiet nights, only truth. I've been talking to the silence like it understands, like it's holding all the pieces of who I am. But it don't answer, it just breathes real slow, like it's seen too much to let me know. Got a heart that remembers what I tried to forget. Every word, every wound, every unpaid debt and time. Yeah, time don't heal a thing, it just teaches you how to carry the sting. And I walk through echoes of what we were. Every shadow speaks, every line still hurts. The silence owes me nothing at all. It won't catch me when I fall. I scream inside, but it don't reply, just lets me drown without asking why. Got a soul full of things I never said, conversations with the dead. And I keep breathing, but I can't pretend I ain't breaking, I just don't bend. There's a mirror in the night that don't lie to me, shows a man I don't wanna see. Lines on my face like a map of regret, places I've been, I ain't left yet. I love too hard where I should've let go, held on to fire just to feel the glow. Now all I got is a fading trace of a ghost that wore your face. And your name still falls like a quiet rain on the dry, cracked ground of my pain. Oh, the silence owes me nothing at all. It won't catch me when I fall. I scream inside, but it don't reply. Just lets me drown without asking why. In a trembling hand, seen love collapse where it used to stand. Ain't no lesson, ain't no grand design, just fragile hearts and borrowed time. Tell me, where do the broken go when there's nowhere left they don't already know? Just a room and a fading light in the way of one more night. Now I move like a man with nothing to prove, but everything left to lose. And the blues ain't music, it's a state of mind, where the truth is cruel, but it's still kind. 'Cause it strips you down to what is real. Every scar, every doubt you feel, and somewhere deep in the hollow sound, there's a reason you're still around. With it, let it cut me clean, till there's nothing left in between. Got a voice that shakes, but it won't lie. Got tears that I don't let dry. If I fall tonight, let it be this way. With the truth I never could say. Yeah. Ain't no answers, just the sound of staying alive. Woke up to a hollow sky, no mercy in the light. Coffee tastes like yesterday, bitter as the night. My shadow on the broken street, it don't walk straight no more. Every step I'm dragging chains I never asked before. Train rolled like a wounded beast, crying through the dawn. Every whistle cuts me deep, saying, boy, you're gone. I tried to leave my past behind, buried in the rain, but every mile just circles back and calls me by my name. I got a heart full of thunder, but it don't ever rain. Got a soul full of questions, tied up in chains. Yeah. If freedom's just a whisper, south side train. She said love's a fragile thing, don't hold it too tight. Now her memory's a ghost that keeps me up at night. I see her in the neon glow, flicker, fade and die, like a truth you almost touch but never justify. Ain't no preacher gonna save me, ain't no bottle gonna heal. Truth is like a blade you hide but you still feel. I've been searching for a reason in the cracks of my skin, but the deeper that I dig, the more I find within. I got a heart full of thunder, but it don't ever rain. Got a soul full of questions, tied up in chains. If freedom's just a whisper, why scream in vain? Lord, I'm dancing with my demons on a south side train. So if you see me in the dark, where the lost ones remain, don't you try to fix my storm, don't you calm my pain, yeah. I'm just learning how to breathe in a world gone insane, with a shadow and a rhythm on the south